In this video, we're breaking down the 11 essentials that your B2B SaaS website has to have to convert visitors into customers. Stick around to the end and I'll give you a free sitemap template and an implementation checklist to make sure that you can bring all of these essential elements to life on your site. If you're new here, I'm Johnny Page, the CEO at SaaS Academy, where we've helped over 3,000 founders grow and scale their companies. And today I'm going to share with you one of the core elements of this playbook that we've taught hundreds of times in SaaS Academy. It's been developed by our head marketing coach, Dev Basu. He's actually the founder of Powered by Search, where they have implemented this hundreds of times over. So let's dive in. All right, so the 10 things that your website needs to have. The first one is a clear value proposition. Right when a visitor hits your homepage, they need to know what your product does and why it matters. No fluff, just clear, compelling messaging that speaks to your target audience. And what's important here is not that this value proposition is clear to you or to me or to anyone other than your perfect fit customer. So to test this, you have to go get feedback from them. You need to leverage your inner circle, your active clients, and then run tests to make sure that your messaging on the homepage really resonates with your perfect fit customers. All right, guys, so if you want to see what great looks like, you can go check out Anthony Pieri. He runs an agency called Fletch, and they have a ton of before and after refinement of the homepage messaging, specifically that value proposition. They do some absolutely incredible work and are a great follow on LinkedIn, so go check that out for a ton of great examples. Number two is you have to have fast loading and responsive design. If your site isn't loading fast, you are losing visitors. Period. You have to have a website that is lightning fast and looks great on any device. It's incredibly frustrating to build a great website only to find out that a key page isn't working in a certain browser or device. So check the show notes below for a few tools that will help you assess your load speed and design in multiple environments. All right, number three is a strong navigation. When a prospect lands on your site, they can be at a number of different points in the customer journey. Some of them might be referred from someone, so they've heard of your product before. Maybe they heard about it in another video or saw it in a blog, and then some of them are going to be completely cold, seeing your site for the first time. And the job of your website is to create an appropriate path for that wide range of prospects, which is why the navigation is so important. So every visitor needs to know exactly where to go. So you've got to have clear call to actions and make it easy for them to navigate to the important sections like how it works or your features. All right, number four is your feature pages. Now, don't cram all your features into one page, making it super confusing to understand what your product does. You want to break them out into dedicated feature pages that solve specific problems for your customers. A great feature page needs to answer these four questions. Number one, does the product match what the visitors are searching for? Number two, can it do what they need and solve their problems? Number three, would purchasing this product be a worthwhile investment? And finally, what should the user do next? All right, key element number five is that you have use case pages. All right, often the fastest way to quickly communicate how something works and its value is by giving an example of your product in action. And that is what the use case page will do. Loom is actually one of my favorite examples for this. They have a section on their site that shows the different use cases of their product so that their visitors, whether they're engineers, marketers, sales teams, or executives, can imagine themselves using the product. Number six is clear call to actions. The goal of your website is to facilitate a journey that leads to either a demo or a free trial. So every page has a conversion goal. So a call to action is a roadmap that takes your customers to the next step. So every page has to have that clear CTA. All right, number seven is social proof. Don't underestimate the power that testimonials, reviews, and case studies have on your customer's journey. The goal here is to show how others have used your product to build trust with that new prospect. Now you might be thinking, hey Johnny, I don't have case studies or social proof, and that's okay. Here's what you can do. Write one and then go to your best customer or two and ask them if they'd be willing to stand behind it or put it in their own words. The goal here is to make it super easy for them to share their experience with the product. All right, number eight is transparent pricing or value. Now, all websites should have some information about pricing, whether it's explicit in dollars or not. Now, if you're a higher level enterprise SaaS product, it might not be possible to give them exact numbers just due to the complexity of the product, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a pricing page. Dev has a really great workaround for this that helps pre-qualify prospects, and it sounds something like this. Hey, we don't have standardized pricing options, but we might be a good fit for you if you have a team of this size, or if you've already invested in product number one or product number two. And what this does does is it sends an implicit message that your SaaS product is geared towards bigger teams with hefty budgets. However, if you are a lower annual contract value SaaS product, somewhere with less than $30,000, you should have the standard 3-tier pricing structure on your site. And without exception, in our opinion, every single pricing table should include a non-priced inner price section that simply says contact us and get in touch with our sales team. All right, number 9 is the blog page. Whether it's a blog or a podcast, this section of your site is where you're teaching and educating your market. It's where you deliver value and further position yourself as the authority. Now, this could be a video all on its own, but a high-performing blog should be informative and link to the product pages throughout your site to create more engagement and conversions. Number 10 is the footer. A footer is a really useful spot to host content about your competitors or alternative solutions. Whether you like it or not, your prospects are going to be surfing around and comparing solutions, so these pages should be designed to rank organically for those keyword terms to make sure that you have your say in the conversation. All right, number 11 is analytics and tracking. You have to make sure that you are tracking important metrics like bounce rates, time on site, and conversions so that you can continuously improve. All right, and for number 12, I've got a bonus, and that is a why us or an origin story page. Now, this is a favorite of mine because more and more people want to know the founder and the teams behind the products that they're using. Now, remember, you're developing a recurring revenue relationship with this user, so they're going to be using it multiple times a day, a month, and they would love to know the story and the people behind the products that they're using. So don't get blinded by the black and white of wanting higher conversions on the site and just be obsessed with selling the product's value. Instead, invest some time into telling the story about how the product came to life and the team that built it. All right, guys, so there you have it, the 12 steps that you have to implement to make sure your website performs at a high level. Not only will it look better after you go ahead and implement all that I've taught here, but it will perform better as well. Now, as promised, the team over at Powered by Search has created a free sitemap and a downloadable checklist to walk you through each of these steps to make sure that you can implement. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips like this, and I'll be back next week with more on how to scale your SaaS business.